Dan Lutz, and I'm here with Stephen Rowe, also known as
Hank.
And we are on Front Lines.
Front Lines. Love it.
In the battle against the deep state, the cabal, or any other Lumadonkey out there that's trying to keep us enslaved.
Lumadonkey.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a good one. All right.
You know, I got that from the Edge of Wonder guys.
The Lumadonkeys.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Because that's one of those forbidden words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, one of the YouTube doesn't like those words. So anyway, it's actually a pretty appropriate word at this to use actually at this point. So say, hey, I heard there's an emergency about bags of cash being dropped off by the Monopoly guy in the laps of wonderful people around the world. But it's
right. So the United Nations is approaching people, because they're trying to find ways to launder their money. So from what I understand, it's kind of like the mortgages, like the reverse mortgages type of a deal, right? They're giving people money for some authority over their Social Security, or and I'm sure they're going to use this leverage in other ways for currency and things like that as well. But they're targeting specifically the dinar community because this group has actually aged during this process, right? And so you have some people that are basically would do anything to get out of the situation they're in, and they're offering them some kind of cash up front, and it's straight cash, and it's all counterfeit super notes, and they show up with a bag of cash. Right, and they give them a bag of cash, and then Homeland Security calls them, and or Homeland Security comes and they indict them.
What is
already happening?
What is the indictment for?
I believe it's for counterfeiting or for money laundering, something like that.
So when they spend the money, they get alerted, and because it's counterfeit, because Kim made it counterfeit in the system. It would then pop up, and they would then be in trouble.
I mean, just having $100,000 in counterfeit money is a crime. So.
Yeah, but how do they know?
They're targeting them specifically. They're setting them up. They're working together. So, I'm sure it's some rogue faction of Homeland Security working with then they come in and they take the money and I don't know what they do with it. But I guess it's just set up to take out people they don't want. And from what I understand, they're doing this to government officials, right? Right, as part of the deal. Like the politicians all over the world, they're giving them these deals.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't this maybe a good thing? They're taking out the politicians?
I don't, I can't say exactly. It could be the good guys, right? It could be like the guys that are
it could be
or
the
just
good
bad situations.
Yeah, so...
But I know I got notified about that from one of our members today.
But they got all three of them then already? All three of the good guys?
All three of... Oh, I guess so. We'll see. Yeah, but it was, warning to try to help people out. I know people are down on their luck and waiting on money and don't want people to get, hurt anymore. They've already been hurt if we can avoid it. Even if, somebody had asked a question the other day, and they were told by the all-knowing Blue Wolf, right, and Bruce, which are characters in the Guru world, that they were directly involved with the RV on the banking level. So basically, you're involved with the criminals, is what you're saying, but whatever. And so they said I didn't have a good reputation, which really isn't true. I mean, I've done nothing but advocate for people. You can look back on 1,000 interviews and conference calls and shows I've done, and you'd see that's exactly true. And and I've never changed that story. So it's funny that they would say I didn't have a good reputation, because I think that's ridiculous. But somebody today they were like, I don't want to hear what Tank has to say about it. So even if you hate me, which you are more than welcome to, it does not bother me one bit. I just want you to know that I am still advocating for you, still trying to help you best I can.
Well, I think you're doing a good job. Give you some
Thanks,
moral support there. Well, all right. Well, so do we know anything else about this bags of cash? Any videos, people receiving this?
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, people get away with and they feel like they're getting away with something, right? And they feel like they're let in on the secret. That's the big thing, right? Don't tell anybody anything, right? Just keep it a secret. Listen, there's certain kinds of people that want you to keep their secrets, right?
Yeah.
Pedophiles always want you to keep their secrets. Abusive leaders, so and criminals. All those, they're all just different version of criminals, really.
Right.
So if it's a secret, like that, then it's bad. So.
Right. Okay.
So, anyways, there's that.
So, well, what else is going on that we can? There is any movement on Kim's side?
Well, we she put out terms, right? She basically gave guys 48 to 72 hours to accept her terms. Basically the third. Third of the people, third of the governments, third of the families. I don't know if that was I guess like when you make an offer like that, and it's an absolute offer, and they've hustled you, they've stabbed you back 1,000 times before. I don't even know if it's really a serious offer. I did speak to one of like the next generation of the elders, right? Which is like they're the elders consider themselves like the guardians of the wealth, right?
Okay.
And the next generation, allegedly, that's what I was told, is that they're supposed to be they don't want anything to do with all these rituals and things like that, and they want to move forward. So one of my friends in China hooked me up with a guy who's like he's got some big long title, like the new elder, white dragon warlord, super cannibal, like some really illustrious big title. Real nice guy, Seems like he's really trying to do good things for people. Talked to him today, and he was talking about all the ways that he's brought assets down and leveraged them, and things that we don't agree with. Talked that he's sanctioned by the Federal Reserve, which again we know that doesn't really mean anything. It's like you could be sanctioned by the front line show, just as powerful as the Federal Reserve. And
thank you.
As a matter of fact, more so, because at least we know front lines is honest, right?
Yeah.
So basically, but nice conversation, and I basically shared that with Kim, and she immediately kind of she challenged. She wanted to know if he was really part of the Dragon's family, so I had to like literally take pictures of his rings and things like that. So and then there's some other negotiations going on with the Republic of China, which I'm going to get off this call to participate in as well. And she's been negotiating something on one side, and this group approached me from another side, which, to be honest, could mean that they're really just useless. I don't know. Hopefully they're not, but I'll find out at about 10:30 tonight. So. And we'll find out if they're legit. But regardless, there's lots of movement we never had before. Obviously, Tui is still missing in action. I'd like to know what the status is there.
Yeah, I did not give him a link today, but I'll go ahead and give him one. Just in case he wants to jump on.
Yeah, I respect it though. I appreciate that Tui's doing something to make progress, is what I'm assuming.
Oh, that's not the link.
So that we're
it is
all in a better place. And I do believe that Kim is commanding the control and respect of the world right about now. Although I had to eliminate some people from my network today, from the Creators Network, because they were attacking Kim. They actually wrote a poem about it. I should read the poem. It wouldn't really be appropriate, but it's a pretty aggressive, nasty poem that they sent to me and Kim and
who sent it?
All this group. I'm not sure what they are exactly. This is not yet another effing poem. This is a CIA deletion rhyme hymn. Go Camelot Project. Read quit tall, gift for life trust. Creator, whatever. Like so. Then they put like the receipt from Guardian of Camelot, and then it's like, so you darling Tank and Paul, punny claw trolls, clones and obedient yet very greedy a-holes. Not only that, You're a brainwash, but your ego gets so inflated that though you elevate even above the God Almighty. Doesn't really rhyme well either. And your arses get stretched through the millennia so much. So when you fart, your brain chunks leaks with all other mush tarts. So is there anything left? I mean, gray substance that's supposed to sit between your still ears, or still you think you can play dumb while truth is shitting. Oh, excuse me, you all over your facial scum. How come that you still hold on to the old the old CIA's mind mushing scheme, even after you read myriad of my silly poems and full 22 pages of pure truth that, Denise so kindly provided for your evening constipation needs. Do you need some more? Do you need total cleansing all the way to your bone marrow core? Okay, you did ask it, so here it is. Only a couple of points where I will pretend I'm some kind of freaky lawyer giving you a truth joint. First, but not last, I command and demand full 160 US dollars immediate refund, as we want not to be a part anymore of your failed Ponzi Manna scheme. Second, that is just a step before the third. You will post this letter on your all classified disinfo pages. And especially this stolen one. Okay, pre Dagestan, whatever, where you darling tank the false light prophet swank. You even dare to put your emails, your direct phone, over my lovely Daisy's picture, poetry, and the contact blurs. I mean, what a F you need to do such a squawk. WTF was left on your brain by stealing so openly and without any shame. What? Oh, I know. They pay you to blab. They give you a CIA Manna GCRRV blue pill scripts. But all you needed was to ask, simply to ask for a rhyme. And I would make you a poem that your long, bold, BOL, parentheses, ND, hair would curl without a twisting iron or similar blankety torture tool. Where you, Stephen, all you do is blab, 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 but to tell you a dear warning or better, I will show you first hand how light works. This is how light works, by the way. And all in the effing now, where you will not have a chance to see ever coming, where your CIA brainwashing timelines are crushed simply by you reading these rhymes. Oh no! I'm actually feeding into their plan. So to be generous and true to my word, all have to be given yet another chance. Even your once light, now puny ass, if able to respond to the words like remorse, repentance, truthful disclosure, integrity, and a bit of courage. Is it too much for your energies to bear, or do you want to receive a brief overview where your not so lovely names will shine for all to read, for all to ponder how far they've been effed by creatures of the dark? What the hell are you talking about? So I guess you were just given a effing 72 hours grace period of, for dumb ones, about full 3 days to contemplate, trying to divert, trying to delete all the Manna Patriot BS that you posted all over the internet. Not really that now, and as of today, internet AI is working for the light. Yep, totally cool, I'd say. We transmuted it, we convicted it, we convinced it that much brighter future might be where light is, where truth is, where there is no spying, where there is no stealing, and where there is no deception of any kind, but only light can reside every blankety moment of now time. So are you ready to join? Are you ready to join? That was a recruitment letter. I guess.
There you go.
So, yeah.
There's some imaginative and creative wording in there. You know.
There's not really. I didn't think it was imaginative at all. It was actually very.
I'm kind of just stretching it a little bit, but
it was just like apparently the insane mathematics of a light worker. Thank you to that person for defining to me what light looks like. I really appreciate it. I will consider very carefully whatever the heck it is you're talking about. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you read it, not me.
Oh yeah, get it. Yeah. Well, I'm not So my point is that for whatever it is that this person's upset about, which I can't quite understand, they seem to think that I did something to them. I don't know what, but it is what it is. So, there it is, man. Good and bad. I feel like it's fair balance to tell people both sides of the story, right?
Right.
So, now that you heard that, obviously I'm a fraud because, as you can tell from the very well written, eloquent, ridiculous letter that I just read, and I appreciate that he rhymed at least 4 times in that. That was really good for a poem. I like my poems to rhyme. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That's neat.
That's okay. Well, I really don't understand what the overall point of this poem was, other than a recruitment letter. Okay, but what was the main thing they wanted you to join? What to recruit you to? I didn't.
Well, I think they're actually part of my network. They got moved today. And I had the lawyers, write the letter and told them to refund their money, and I had no problem doing that. They were in the Creators Network, and there's everyone in the Creators Network is supposed to have their full name, right, and their phone number and stuff. But there's some glitch with the software, so all that shows up is the primary, which is me. So I guess he thinks I was stealing his information. I was stealing credit for something. I guess I don't know. But if you would have looked, you would realize that everyone's was like that. So it wasn't in any means to take anything from anybody. It's just a glitch I haven't figured out yet because I've been too busy. So
Yes.
Anyways, but I'm very happy I'm very happy that he voiced his opinion. I appreciate and respect that, and certainly I encourage him to go do all. He's right. The young lady, Denise that he mentioned, she wrote a 22-page letter to Kim that expounded on amazing things. A really, really impressive letter. But it started out with the intent of everything was based around Kim's draconian evil AI clone. I'm like, that's not true. What are you offering exactly? Nobody ever offers a solution. They throw rocks from high places, make demands. They think that they're more important than everybody else. It's like, well, there's a hierarchy in place. Kim hasn't done anything to try to impose anything on anyone. So I don't know why. I don't even see how anybody can have a problem with it. Or me. It's like, are you mad at me because I stay poor? I mean, what are you mad about?
Right.
It's like, I don't take any blame for this. So.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like,
I guess I have some money coming, but anyway. So anything else in the news we should start covering, or is any other topics related to moving forward? I mean, there's some things I know that are not that we can't talk about, but anything else that we need to cover, or should we go into some other subjects?
Go on. Let's go on to some other subjects, man. Let's talk about what's breaking. What's I haven't even looked at Twitter in days to see what anybody's talking about. I've been so focused on other things.
Yeah. Well, it seems it does seem like the cone of silence has descended. That there is that they really turned up the censorship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But that also means that there's other things happening, behind the scenes that we're not seeing. We see that Trump is maneuvering into a place where the Fed will keep lowering the rates. I picked this up on X22 report. He was talking about forcing the position with this trade war. To get the Fed to lower the rates and to make them go to zero. And if you're at zero, then what's the purpose of having the Fed? There's no more interest, right? What people don't know is this is the interest rate we're paying, right? When we're with whatever this this rate. This is the rate that we're paying the private bankers. So if it goes to zero,
Right.
then there's no point to the Fed anymore either.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So I thought that was a very good point. That he
Well,
expressed
and really, the Fed can't make money anymore. They don't have the license to do it, right? So the only money that they are printing with various dealer machines all over the world is all fake Fed money, right?
right.
It's all it's repeated, fabricated currency with the same serial numbers. So we knew a while back that 80% of the currency was fake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now, you're at like 600%, negative liquidity, and they can't put out credits. And Kim has given, the Dragon families, the governments, the Dragon families and the governments, basically the banks and the governments, right? Notice, and the banks aren't listening, so they're going down on the ship. Is kind of what I gather. What I'm hoping, some of my seers, they see this is that there's some banks that have come on board and cooperate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm hoping that that's true. I'm sure there is just heavy threats out there, right? Like, bankers being held at gunpoint right now, telling them not to do anything, right?
Right.
Like, don't you dare cooperate with her. It's like, okay. It's like, but they have no plan, and she's shut off all back doors. They can't even see what she's doing, right? So, I guess we'll see what they think is going to happen. As far as I can tell, the only thing that really saves humanity is what Kim has set up, and this will be really a catastrophic shift. It might take people some time to catch on, I guess, but as far as I can tell, it would just cut right through a lot of the pomp and circumstance, right? And kind of be like, well, put up or shut up, because if all of a sudden, a few people are realizing, hey, this person has money and wants to, the caveat is we have to help people, right? So we have to share the wealth with regular people. And then these people, they don't have any money, but they also don't want to share it, and they want to make us rich, only us, but they don't have any money.
Right.
It's kind of like, what's the conversation really, right? It's like, you don't have the power to do it, so why, I think, wouldn't people start to catch on? Like, these are the most ruthless people in the world, right? They obviously have no intention of giving you anything, because if they did, would they have done it by now?
Right.
They don't have any good intention for you or your family or anyone you love, right? So this is the crowd behind the RV, right? And then you have all the people pumping that agenda, right? Who've been told that it's the people's fault because the people keep talking about things, So anything you do, you basically get demonized for doing it, right? Like, oh, you're talking. If you wouldn't have talked, we would have had the RV, right? Somebody. I was in Blue Wolf's room, right? Like the chat room that this guru had. We've got, he's a, guy trying to do good things, I think. But he's an egomaniac, but he would basically scream at people, like in his room, like he's like, I know, he's like, I know, no one else knows what's going on, which to me is like a sign of, that you don't know anything, because if you knew anything, you'd always be humble about it, because you realize how quickly the narrative can change.
Right.
How easily you can be deceived, because all of us have been at some point.
Yeah. The only one that knows everything are brand new babies.
Right. Exactly.
They know everything.
They know everything. Everything.
The further away you get from that, the less you know. And if you don't know that, that means you're not wise.
Right. That's right. If you don't know that, you're definitely not wise. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's the kind of the state of the union. I'm really I'm supposed to go on this trip tomorrow, and
Oh, you're not going to be able to be on tomorrow?
well, I'm supposed to be away for like 2.5 weeks, and it's a
Tahiti?
challenging situation because I don't want to be out of the country when um, everything goes through, you know. So I'm kind of like,
Are you allowed to say why you're going?
no, I'd rather not, just because my
Okay.
family's gonna be there.
Sure. Okay.
So I just, I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't need more attention to my family.
Sure.
Um, so
So, we are going to attempt to do shows or no?
yeah, we're going to, but I mean, right now I'm pretty sure I'm gonna not go on the trip
Oh,
because I basically, I feel Kim has shown me enough right now that I'm very confident that, like, okay, well, we're at a point where, we're breaking through, right? She's given out these deadlines. Now, if she tells me different and says, no, you should go because X, Y, and Z, I will. But I asked her direct, which, it's always a little touchy because Kim can't always, she doesn't want to give away her playbook. But I'm hoping that she has them on lock enough that it's like, it doesn't matter anymore.
right.
Which I do believe is the case for the most part. That she has them on lock because she gave out some very specific deadlines a little further out to the tables, and then it seems like she kind of sped it up a little bit and kind of said to them, "Look, you guys got 3 days before I, drop the hammer." And then she's got other things working as well that I am involved in, but I think a lot of those things are just kind of like icing on the cake. I don't think she needs those things to move forward. That you know about.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. I think we're really close. That's probably a good idea. You're not leaving.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I've missed a lot of trips over the past 5 years, and I've been ridiculed a lot because of it. I haven't seen my family in 4 years,
Mhm.
and but a lot of times it was safety issues. And other times it was just I people in high places telling me very good lies. You know, and that's always unfortunate to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's silver tongue.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Right. Well, anything that we'll keep moving forward as best we can. Whether you can get on or not, I'll run forward and I'll continue. Um,
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to jump on somewhere. Jump on some kind of Wi-Fi somewhere. And, get a message out somewhere.
That's good. That's good. So, any other things we should go on about? I know that it seems like Trump is very boisterous, confident, on the warpath. Even things. I think that we're seeing some things coming from him that are kind of indicating that we're going to see the hammer fall. Right? And I've got some intel that Clapper will be indicted by the end of next week. So that he would be like, you'll see him go down. Kind of, Dan Coates leaving. You end up, I think removing the blockage where Clapper used to sit, right? And so there's some sort of firewall there. Now that's gone. I think Clapper will make sense that he goes, and Comey will still be swinging out there.
Comey will still be swinging out there. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I just want to see them, somebody held accountable. You know what I mean? It'd be great. Like somebody actually gets right now it's still just pomp and circumstance, right? I mean, we're all watching like there's 50,000 different crimes that people are, guilty of.
Right.
Why are we still? Why are we still? Why are they still out in the public? Able. Thanks, sir. Why are they still able to be out? Spreading their lies and narrative. Why are they still able to control the media? Why are they still able to, um, you know, do all these dastardly deeds that they want to, participate in? What,
Right.
always confuses me.
Yeah.
I would,
I wish they could just wrap them up on one fell swoop and put them on the island.
well, if you were committing a crime, wouldn't they do that?
Of course. Even if I wasn't committing a crime, they would do that.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. It would just so. I put out in the show today that our lawful expert, right, Ron Davis, who is he's like Cheyenne, Cherokee, something Indian, like registered, right, and or Native American, and he great guy. I mean, just a fun guy to talk to. But he like lives, a bit rustically, right? And he's a farmer and kind of stays out. So like he'll put his phone down and won't come back to it for days. So my whole team was like worried about him because like he's a wanted guy because he keeps blowing up their system. And they wrongfully imprisoned him, and he showed repeatedly, I have committed no crime, and he proved it. I mean, without question, he knows the system so well, right? And he explained how all these different ways that that this is just absolutely garbage, And that to me is always upsetting about the system in general, right? This UCC warrant system, right? The financial payment option, which is all it really is, right?
Right.
You get billed, and it's like every day you're seeing about more crimes that are being committed by people that are in positions to judge you and me.
Right. On really what things should ever been criminalized in the first place. It's just creating crime so that they can generate revenue.
Right. And you wouldn't even know. And it's not really a crime because they're not lawful in the first place.
Right.
So
they're just statutes. Right.
Right.
McDonald's basically doesn't want you to bus your own tables, right? And if you break that statute, right, the guy with the mop is going to come and say something to you. He said, "Here's a coupon. You have to pay this much next time you come in and get a burger."
Well, I will say this. This one time, the only time I ever went into meditation and found myself in a conversation with Source, right? Or God, or however you want to see that central sun. And I've never, I don't know. I'm always, and I don't talk about this stuff much, but this is the only time I ever was very confident that this was real. And Source told me two things. He said, "You are the highest court in the land," right? Meaning the people. That was the first thing. And the second thing he told me was to finish them off. So
I agree with both of those things. Yeah, and we are the highest. We're the highest source. We're on the right path, and to remove them. And and non-violent methods. That's for the most part. But unless physically attacked, what do you do then? You defend yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course you defend yourself, but the reality of us being the highest court in the land, I think part of that is the court of public opinion, right?
Right.
And I also think, thank you. I also think the actual laws, they work around, you're tried by a jury of your peers, right? That you are innocent until proven guilty. I mean, these are all, core principles, and the Constitution, the original Constitution that this country was established on, that original Constitution is really based on natural law. Now, that's what Kim had always told me before, is that
Right.
you have, the highest law in the land is natural law. Then you have monarch law. Then you have the statutory law. And then later she told me, talking about draconian law, but I didn't, I don't know. It's hard to say. She might have just been saying that for that time, to make a point about something, because I think draconian law is what they have been bowing down to, right?
Right. So.
Which really is unnatural, certainly unnatural.
Right. Well, unnatural to us for sure. Unnatural to them, maybe not. Right. It's maybe evolving on a different planet. Who knows? But this God's law, right? Or I always give people a reference of the law of gravity, right? It's natural law. If you write any kind of statute that basically goes against says, okay, if you drop a ball, it's not going to fall, right? Or you go to prison.
Right.
That's against natural law, because obviously the ball is going to fall. So, what else is natural law? We could say the male and female gender. Okay. We're talking about humanity, male and female gender. If you write a law that's against that, it's not natural law.
Right.
So that's an extent, and it's you can also then go to the abortion issue, right? If you write a law to take life, you may have the argument of when does life begin. Is it?
Well, it certainly begins if a child is born alive, right?
That should be easy to agree upon, but apparently not in New York, right? And a couple other places. So.
Yeah. It's kind of it's just an amazing, crazy thing, really. That we're even considering these things.
Yeah, it's
like first time you see there's no value for real human life, right?
Right. Well, it's what they say. Life begins when we say. So what is their position then? God, which is then not the natural.
Right.
So.
Right, and I can prove that because anybody can actually. Like I showed you the divine plan. In the divine plan, they were acting as God.
Right.
So they were the divine, or really Marduk, I guess, and Enlil and Enki and whatever that is, the top level.
And that divine plan is listed on the Speak project, so for people to go take a look.
Yes, that is. That's there. People can go and actually, as they examine it, what they'll find is, it sounds very similar to most doctrines that we've been indoctrinated with, right?
Yes.
So, where did my phone go? So I'm on my phone right now, doing my laundry, trying to find my phone. There it is. Okay.
It's on the side of your head.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, so I'm just flabbergasted by all of this, and I realize what a slippery slope we're on all the time, because you just never know, what laws people respect at all, right? Like, even if you know your rights, and the person you're being arrested by or set up by has more money than you, your rights might not matter, right?
Right. Well, that's
so I think that's got to change.
Yeah, that's been the game, right? The elite, right? The illuminated ones, the Lumadonkeys.
The Illuminati.
They're ahead of everyone. They're it's what they say goes. The ruling class. It's the same thing. So it's still the same situation as the monarchs of 300 years ago, right? Everything was about monarchs around the world. What they said mattered, and who was close to them had more power. So there's no difference in the systems, right? So the idea of the democracies or republics, people having the rights, is been pushed out there, but we've been overwhelmed by that previous energy. They're still there, ruling. So now, we need to stand up as humanity and move above all of that and say, okay, we like the direction we're going, even though you've pushed us back down. Right? No, we're going to now stand up and be now accountable and responsible for everything that we do. And you're not. And you can't have say-so over us. So this is where we're there, and we're opening the door. Ready to move.
Yep.
We're ready at this point. Okay. Anything else? Are we good for today?
I think we're good, man. Appreciate the time.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't cover any questions. Let me take a real quick question hunt there. See if we've got anything. Anyone saying anything? Yeah, we've got 103 people watching right now. Please be sure to give likes, and if you have a question, quickly put a question Q in front and throw it up there in case there are any. So far, so good. I'm just scrolling really fast. Questions for Tank. That's not how we do it, but it's okay. Let's Lord Census. Questions. So what is the questions for Tank? You didn't say. Type them up quick. That's how you do it. Yeah, you say Q and then put out your question. So that's how we know that you have a question. But questions for Tank is okay.
I will say this to the group out there who wrote me and Kim and others in our group the lovely poem. Please feel free to email me or call me. Yeah, obviously you have my number, I'm sure. Please feel free to call me or text me, and if you'd like to make arrangements to come on the Speak Project and have a voice and share your point of view and your extensive knowledge, you are certainly welcome. You will not be attacked. I expect that we won't be attacked either, but you're more than welcome to come on and share your point of view. I just want to put that out there. I'm not sure exactly what it is how you feel I've done you wrong or Kim has done you, but I think you're missing about some things, or but I can tell anything I say is going to feel like an attack to you. So, but you're more than welcome to come on. I just want you to know that I have ill feelings for what you're going to say, and you're welcome to come on and have a voice on the show. I will say that if you say things that are blatantly wrong, I will address them, but I'm not going to bring you into my house to make fun of my my family. But certainly I won't attack you in any way. So.
Okay. The question from Lord Census is that he's in panic mode because you're leaving for 2 weeks. How will the funding be distributed if you're gone?
I am a cog in a very complex machine, my friend. Don't you worry about it. There's definitely other things going on and other people that will fill the void if I were to step out. I don't think I will. I do want that opportunity to do that if Kim allows me to. I think we'll have a chance to do that. It looks like that. And certainly Kim is fully functioning without me. She could have done this all by herself. She didn't need me. So
Yes.
fear not, Lord Sintis.
All right. So another question is from Kathy Pearl. If you have, if everything is pledged to the trust, why can't Kim make the banks comply?
The banks are run by people who have been controlled by other people that they think are gods. So when people that think they're gods are constantly threatening you, threatening your family, telling you what to do, it's very difficult to do that. Now, the quantum system has the ability to manipulate thought and to control people's behavior and things like that. But Kim shut off all those features, and she refused to do that. If humanity wants to be free, it's a choice that they have to make themselves. So she has never, not one time, utilized the system in the corrupt ways that her predecessor did. She has always, anytime anything with the system was utilized, she's run it before. I mean, anything beyond her scope of basic finances, she's run it before her the council. There's council here, and she's been very true to that. And she got permission to defend herself, even though she was attacked several times and they tried to kill her, right? So she had to get permission, basically, not permission, but she had to make sure, I think for her own sanity, to make sure it was okay to defend herself. And she also, she essentially had the right to reprogram the entire system, which is exactly what she had to do, and now she has. So, that should launch very shortly. I asked her if I could share that, and she wanted it to launch first. So I hadn't gone into details yet on how that'll work, but I'm kind of tiptoeing around it, I guess. But that's in the very near future, and so she can do that. It just took time. And if you're going to do things the ethical way, in an ethical way, it does take that kind of an effort that you have to be willing to put the time in. And one of the things that people don't realize is, Kim took over this system in 2012. It wasn't until 2014 she realized that she could access it completely by herself, and she really was the one who was the authority, right? Because she was basically, she thought they were her boss, And then since that time, there was, they were given contracts and extensions that extended to 2017. So in a year and a half, she's taken down every aspect of an order that infiltrated every single part of our world, every aspect of our financial system, did it all in secret, and did it in a way that literally was just devouring the energy of all of humanity. In a year and a half, she has taken that whole system and dismantled it. She has, her exact words I just saw her say was, she has deconstructed the construct. So
there you go.
She can do it, Kathy. She just took her a little while to do it.
Yeah, we're right there, ready for it all to change. It's actually happening before our eyes, even on the QAnon front or Trump's front, or the movement that's happening across the world. Whether it's in France with the yellow vests or Brexit. We're all moving. We have allegiances are now being struck. Leaders that you think were outside of the realm, like Kim Jong Un, or siding with Trump. It's even when it seems like there's some kind of negative thing coming from North Korea. We see Kim Jong Un do something, tweet out something that coincides with what Trump has said about Biden. He's a low IQ individual. So this just shows he's on Trump's side. No matter what the other geopolitics is going on, because he can't control everything going on in his country, because the deep state's tentacles go everywhere. It's like an octopus. They're surrounding the world, and they operate from the shadows, and they've grown into place. But as Tank just said, the construct has been deconstructed by Kim. And here we are. We're right at the door, knocking.
Yeah. So, you know, I have, I get approached by people all the time. You know, everybody, or a lot of people in the RV world will try to portray, make it seem like I've lost my way, right? You know, before I lost my way and I was deceived by Big Bad Kim. Kim has never really asked me for anything. You know, I willingly sought out the truth. And in seeking out the truth, you know, she contacted me just to inform me. Now, I've watched this happen several times where people get contacted. And usually when people get contacted, they're holding some position of power, or they think they are. And it's very hard when someone's in a position of power, or they think they are, or they're about to receive power, to take them off that throne. And fortunately, I didn't feel particularly powerful when she contacted me. I was, you know, I was frustrated and angry, and I was, you know, taking a fight to everybody I could, and I was really fed up with their whole system, and I really just couldn't see how these people could be benevolent and do this to humanity. I just couldn't see it, because if you even halfway believed in the RV, then you are being tortured right now, because you have expected to come and been brokenhearted over and over and over again, and that is a horrible, horrible practice for anyone to do to anyone, and that is the reality. Now, the difference with this, because people ask me, like, don't you feel like that's what's happening to Kim? And no, I don't. Although I've had moments where I feel that way, but the reality is that I've watched and been actively part of the only leader in this whole covert world who's been completely transparent. She'll take the time, she'll take hours to talk to people one-on-one to explain to them in detail. She's come out publicly, done interviews. And not only that, but she is consistent and always tells the truth. You will not catch her in a lie. She is so consistent with what she shares. She's so rock solid, and she follows through. And then on top of that, we have validated her with sources, because in dealing with Kim, you have to be able to validate what she's saying. And you know what? You can't validate, you know, grandfather, because nobody knows who he is, right? And he's dead now, but you couldn't validate him before because you didn't know who he was. You know, the group from the tables. You know, I know the guy who called me. I know his name, but the tables themselves, I don't know who they are. I mean, nobody knows who they are. Right? They're mysterious, because that's what bad guys do. They hide in the shadows and they do shady stuff. And that's exactly what they continue to do, right?
Right.
So if somebody's trying to get you to keep their secrets because you're in the know and you're special, you're not special. The only reason why you're special is because you are there listening to their story. And anybody else who is listening to their story would be special, right? Because that's what you do to isolate people and to make them weak. You separate them from the pack so you can kill them off.
Right. Exactly. Well, I think it's time to end up. I've got some calls that are coming through, so we can hopefully pick this up tomorrow. Hope to see you, Tank, and we'll see if there's any breakthroughs.
Cool, gang. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks, man.
Be sure to subscribe. Give thumbs up.
That's right.
All right. Pass the link around. It's important. Right.
It is.
Right. Bye-bye.
All right.